BSBeers.com here with Dylan Valentine of the Bemidji State football team. Safety, junior. Dylan, first question. How did you end up here from California?
Well, actually, I used to train at a place called Prodigy Athletes, and it was kind of like a extra kind of training. We'd do by 7 o'clock at night. We'd go there and train after school and after practice. And one of the trainers there knew Pat Morris, who was a coach here for a while, and he actually recruited me and kind of got me to come here. Came on a visit, and I just loved it here. It was a little cold for me coming from Southern California, but I still loved it, and I thought, it's something different. Let's try it.
BSBeers.com here with Scott Christiansen, junior safety on the BSU football team. Scott, here to talk about, first off, how you got here. A relatively small town in Atlanta, or outside of Atlanta, Georgia. How did you end up at Bemidji State?
I got recruited from Yonner, and he came down and visited me. I also got Coach Tesh came down and visited me as well. And my dad actually played here in the 80s, the late 80s. And when we first heard about it, he played here when they weren't doing so hot. So we had to do a little bit of research to see how good Bemidji was, and we're pretty satisfied.
You get here, and it turns out you forego your redshirt season. What was that like, being one of the few true freshmen to be on the field and contributing?
It was kind of cool coming in right away, not having to sit out, but at the same time, all my friends, all the people I live with, they're technically a year younger than me, but I came in with them, so that was kind of tough, being on the road while they're here. But at the same time, it was really cool, coming in and being able to help out and have an immediate impact.
Played cornerback in high school, recruited as a cornerback, saw an opportunity at safety. Tell us the story just of how you made that move and why.
Well, I was really hesitant to do it, but Coach Yonner said, I really think you could be successful at safety. Being a corner, you don't really have to be that physical. It's more just, manning up and covering the pass. Safety, really had to use my head, had to learn the defense, got to make calls, and that was a hard transition for me. Usually at corner, the safety tells you what to do, so now I had to switch roles and I had to spring to learn to give the calls instead of, be told what to do.
Did it help having that corner experience?
It did, instead of thinking, having to learn what the corner's doing, I already knew.
Knowing that you sort of had to fill a role by three seniors, Dusty Sizowitz, Brody Sheff, Jake Schmidt, three really strong safeties. Now you have to come in and sort of, as a sophomore, and fill these shoes. What was that process like?
Well, it was really tough just because everybody expected the safeties just to be replaced behind those guys, but those guys have been doing so good they've been playing for the past 3 years like we have, and just watching them and trying to catch little things here and there from them would really help us out.
I've heard from Yonner you're a hard-hitting player, knocked yourself a little silly a few times. Where did that come from?
I've been playing football since I was 5 years old, so full pad since then, and I don't know where it came from, just the way I've played the game.
You've got an opportunity at a pretty young age to start. You're starting safety last year, sort of got into the game. You and Dylan Valentine have sort of been grown up in that position together. How have you bonded over starting a little bit last year and knowing you're going to be the starters entering the season?
We became really close, really good friends. We hang out every now and then on and off the field. It helps out because he knows I'll be there for the run. I know he'll have my back when the pass is over top, because that's where he's strong at.
We're supposed to talk a lot on the field, but me and him, we're kind of always on the same page. We know he's a little bit better at stopping the run, so in certain game plans, he'll go down instead of me to stop the run, and I'll stay back for the pass. We kind of just feed off each other, and we built that chemistry on the field.
What kind of goals do you have for yourself as a junior, sort of still growing in this position, and now it's almost halfway through the season? What kind of goals did you have for yourself?
Well, goals I've had is definitely get more picks than the previous year, more tackles than the previous year, and just try to become an All-American.
This season, I actually just wanted to, go step on the field and say I'm a safety. Just know that this is where I need to be. This is who I am now, and just feel comfortable and just play football. I think that was my biggest goal. Instead of just thinking, actually getting all the calls down, just being able to line up and play football.